Hi everyone, I'm here tonight in honor of Pink Goes Red and just heart health for everyone, especially women and women of AKA, to demonstrate to you how to prepare a healthy salmon dish. So I'm really not a seafood eater, but I do really enjoy fish. So this is a go-to weeknight meal that you can prepare fairly quickly, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you. It's a salmon brown rice bowl. So we're gonna start off, and I've got my sidekick here operating the camera for me again. We're gonna start off by drizzling some olive oil in a cast iron skillet. And I'll just let you know that I already have the oven preheating at 425. Okay, and so I've rinsed off a couple of salmon fillets. And I typically season my fish the same way every single time. So this is just fresh cracked black pepper. And again, I'm heavy on the pepper because the people who live in my house like pepper. But these two pieces are going to go to some special guests. I'm going to prepare this for somebody that all of you know. That's a surprise. And she's going to video herself tasting it so you guys can really believe me when I say that it is phenomenal. I have some coarse salt that I just sprinkle across the top, and not too heavy-handed on the salt, you know, as we think about heart health and avoiding high blood pressure. And then I have, again, this is my go-to seasoning. I know some of you have seen me do this with pot roast, but it is the Grill Mates roasted garlic and herb seasoning. So sprinkle that on. And I like to put quite a bit of this simply because it helps me with the sear on the salmon. I'm gonna walk you through this whole meal, okay? That's our strategy because I want you eating healthy. And I'm about to burn up my olive oil, right? So it just got really, really hot. Slide that off, and I cranked up the fire on my cast iron skillet because I want to get a nice sear on it. So I've got the 2 seasoned pieces of salmon. I'm gonna put them skin side up at first. And this is going to be easy for you guys. Turn my vent on, so I'm going to talk even louder than I normally talk. So, while your fish is searing, I've got a metal spatula because I really want to get a hard sear on that, let it get a little brown, flip it over. We're going to have some conversations going. Maybe I'll engage Sora Karma in this conversation, we'll see. While this is happening, I want to sort of let you know about a shortcut to this particular dish. So on the back burner in this small Dutch oven, if I raise the lid, you'll see that I've already prepared the brown rice. What's the big deal about brown rice? Well, you know, some of us suffer from diabetes and we want to have something that has a lower glycemic index, meaning a more complex carbohydrate instead of a simple carbohydrate, and help us to better manage the sugars that are being produced from that particular food. So if you're looking for a healthier alternative to white rice, you'll consider brown rice for not only that low glycemic index, but also the amount of fiber that's in brown rice compared to white rice, and that helps with your digestive tract. So something to keep in mind. Fish is cooking pretty good. Getting a nice, oh, it's so beautiful too. Can't wait, can't wait. Well, I don't know. Maybe tonight I showed up to show out. Here we go. So, while this fish is continuing to sear in this other skillet, I got the handy dandy olive oil. I'm gonna go a little bit easy there, right? With the olive oil, I'm gonna start heating up this skillet because I need to get the skillet prepared for my snap peas. That's what's going in our bowl. So, over here, I got my snap peas. Rice is already cooked, oven is at 425, fish is searing, skillet is getting hot so I can prepare the snap peas. The meal is going to be done in just a minute, right? So let's take a look. How we look in there? Oh yeah. It's beautiful. Just like that. Turn your burner off. And if I had any sense of all, I would have had my pot holder, but I don't, so I use the pot. Popping this in the oven at 425. I set a timer for about 15 minutes. that allows me to then have time to prepare everything else. And I'm the person who likes to wipe down my workspace as I'm going. Not that I'm cleaning this up afterwards, Rodney Jackson is, but he likes me to clean up my workspace too. So, you know, why don't we do this? Why don't we just navigate right back over to this burner that we were already using, that's already heated up. And if I can be smarter than the stove, I can turn this burner back on. Cool. So that's heating up, medium heat, and we've got work to do. I got some citrus here in the form of oranges. And you're probably thinking, I don't know, fish, brown rice, yeah, that part makes sense. But where are we with snap peas? Maybe I need a good healthy veggie. But where are we going with the oranges? These are little explosions of deliciousness that are gonna just pop as soon as you put that in your mouth. So the way I cube up my oranges and peel them pretty quickly is, this is a navel orange, on sale at Kroger, 79 cents. Trim the ends, slide it over, and then just curve around like this with the knife. And I'm very particular with this because I don't want to waste a lot of the orange, right? We spend too much money on fresh fruit in the wintertime, so we definitely want to make sure we get all of it. Okay, and so then I just trim off that little bottom part. What you end up with is something like that. Slice it down the middle. And I'm picky enough that I do not want this sort of central part on my cubes of fruit. Sliding it over. I hope you're taking all of this in. Like, oh my gosh, that's a lot easier than what I thought. Okay. See? We might be so efficient that we're wondering what on earth we're going to do while that fish is cooking. Okay. Other ingredients that I have to complete this dish. I have fresh dill, I have fresh goat cheese, and I also have sour cream. Now the original recipe does call for creme fraiche, but I was in a hurry, guys. I had to pick up my kid, or well, at least run him over for basketball practice, and then I needed to get to Kroger. And I don't have time to think of where the creme fraiche is, and I'm only going to use a dollop, so I use sour cream, which is fine. It's a perfect substitute. It's just a little bit more dense. Okay. So, you know, I got to make sure that I get this dish perfect because my special guest is going to be tasting this, and I don't want her thinking that I've lost my skill in the kitchen. And so we're on the other side of the light. I need her to brag about this. All right. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about brown rice and the benefits of that as opposed to cooking with white rice. That skillet is starting to heat up there. Turn that blower down. We need to talk about why it is we're eating salmon. Why do you want to eat fish? You know, why not continue on with a good ribeye? I like that too. But we're talking about heart health. So for me, that means that I'm going to get my omega-3 fatty acids. I'm getting, again, lean protein. It's going to keep me fuller longer with that brown rice. Just slide that over just to let it cool. I get this bag of snap peas over. And when we talk about heart health, I know that omega-3 fatty acids will help me from a cardiac or a heart perspective. And I want to do anything possible to lower my cholesterol. Why do I want to lower my cholesterol? Well, because I don't want to develop atherosclerosis. What's that? We've all heard this as hardening of the arteries. We don't want that. Why? Because we increase our risk for a cardiac event or a heart attack called myocardial infarction. So we should be doing everything from our food to our lifestyle modification when it comes to physical activity to keep our cholesterol levels lower and keep our heart healthy. So I'll put these snap peas in there. I normally just dump them in because I'm not gonna lie, I love these things if they're raw with hummus. awesome snack, or I can dump them right there into my skillet and make it a quick side. So that's easy peasy. And it's not like they're so complex to prepare. You saw that I just put them in the skillet with olive oil, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little salt and pepper on, and they're gonna be ready to go here in just a second. So I don't know, I'm starting to smell some goodness happening in this kitchen. And you know, I just start off with a little bit of olive oil, and then I just kind of take a look and decide, is that enough? Is that going to be enough so that I don't burn my snap peas? Okay, turn that up a little bit. We should clean up our mess as we go. Like I said, if you've got help at home that's going to come in behind you and do some dishes, you should probably be the person that cleans as you go, because then it incentivizes them to want to clean up after you moving forward. Look at this. One of these guys jumped on the pot. You just go ahead. I mean, that's the benefit of being the cook. You just eat when you feel like eating, right? And if somebody hangs out with me in the kitchen, I normally offer them the first bite of the food. But if it's me flying solo, I'm going to eat whatever comes out of the pot. And I'll be honest, any other day, if I were in here and I wasn't recording this for you guys, I would have the Hamilton soundtrack blasting in this kitchen, and I would be spinning around and pretending as though I'm on the stage, singing all those lyrics, not throwing away my shot, you know? So let's take a spin. I don't know. Let's get you a glimpse. I should look at my pot holder. But you see how things are, oh, it's hot. You see how things are shaping up? Oh yeah. Literally, we've got maybe 5-7 more minutes. And you know, I just want to remind you, definitely prepare that brown rice in advance, because brown rice takes a long time to cook. And you'll never get this done in a 20-minute window of time if you had to prepare your brown rice, you know, starting off with just the water and rice. The other thing that I will commonly do if it's a weeknight and I'm trying to move really quickly, I buy just the minute rice that's in an individual little bowl, and it takes, just like it says, 1 minute. So if your fish is cooking in less than 20, and these guys are going to cook in, you know, 5 to 7 minutes, and your rice is 1 minute, you've managed to cube up some oranges. Beautiful. Get this goat cheese open. Get my sour cream open. Got my baby dill on standby. So I can't wait until you guys see who it is that's going to try this scoop out. And hopefully she loves it. Okay. So we're just sort of prepping as we're going. Wow. The other popular topic right now is Fayette County Public Schools and when these kids are going to be going back. Sir Carmen and I were just talking about that and the homework that we're doing at night, and praise God for the teachers who have patience to help navigate NTI 2DL. Could not sing their praises more. I definitely have grasped the concept of how difficult it is to be extremely patient all day long with all of our little babies out there who are trying to learn, whether your baby is kindergarten or your babies are like my babies and they are 4th grade and 7th grade, right? And trying to learn a foreign language in this environment, even harder. So kudos to all of our teachers that are making this happen while these COVID numbers continue to drop in Fayette County. Thank goodness for that. And I hope that the Super Bowl has not had a negative impact. In the Super Bowl parties, they predicted we might see a slight rise. We haven't seen that yet, so hopefully it'll bypass us. Okay. So I like to leave these snap peas a little bit crunchy with some texture. That's just the way I prefer it, and my husband does. So we're gonna keep it that way, guys. I've got everything else set up. We're just waiting for this fish, and then what I also like to do is just go ahead and get my plate prepared, right? I want to provide something to those who dine with me that is just almost too beautiful to mess up. I want them to see it and just, it's so beautiful. Take a picture, right? So let's get a dish. What shall we use? I think since we are focusing on social distancing, and as leaders in our community, we want to make sure that we are doing all of those necessary things. You know, again, social distancing, hand washing, mask wearing. So it's hard for me to say I'm going to have a special guest that I'm going to cook for and then come in and eat. So I'm going to prepare this for her. I'm going to cover it. She's going to take it home and video herself eating it. And then you guys and I will see the true reaction. Now, why is Soror Karma here? Because we're in the same circle. It's been me and her family and my family since the beginning of this. So, so here we are. Okay, so what we'll do first, guys, while we're waiting for that salmon to sort of finish up, again, I've got my brown rice already prepared. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay that down first. I know that's what this recipe requires. So, and obviously, listen, I'm going crazy. This is probably gonna be big enough for her to have 2 portions of it, okay? You always have to remember portion control, right? A portion of brown rice is not what you get at the Chinese restaurant. It's just not. We have to understand that portions are much smaller. For me, I try to think in my head that a portion is probably something like that's in the palm of my hand. So when I think about rice, I'm personally along the lines of like half cup. Veggies, I'm not gonna lie, I do pile those on. And then a protein, I normally have 3 to 4 ounces, which is consistent with the palm of my hand. So that's normally the route I go. Okay, so this recipe, once you plate your brown rice, the only thing you do is cube up a little bit of goat cheese. And my hands have been washed, so I think that it's safe for me to crumble this for my guests, right? And then what happens is this brown rice, or this goat cheese sort of melts into the brown rice. So that's gonna happen when I lay that fish on top. And then I will put cubes of oranges around it, a dollop of sour cream, just a tiny little bit. And then we'll garnish with some fresh dill. I'll put a little black pepper on top, and that's gonna be a wrap, okay? Then she'll be able to meet me at my door and pick up her dish. So it's a little bit hard to handle there. I want you to also appreciate how beautiful these vibrant colors are. And thank you, Soror Karma, for bringing this in a little closer. So pretty, so vibrant. Love the green, love the orange. We're down to about 1 minute and 57 seconds. How on earth are you gonna know if your salmon is done? You start to see this little white surface. For me, I know my oven extremely well. I know for a little small fillet of salmon like that is gonna take me roughly 15 to 20 minutes. You will also know because if you take a fork and touch the top, it sort of separates very easily. It should be flaky, not dry and overcooked. And so you'll gauge your oven, you'll know how quickly it will cook and prepare your fish, and you'll have fish that's cooked to perfection. I am gonna grab a pot holder, and I don't want her to put the camera that way because it's a messy kitchen, and I'll burn my hands again if I don't look at the pot holder. Okay, you know something? I bet we're ready. Oh yeah. Okay, so I maybe I should demonstrate to you about the fork in the salmon, just so you can appreciate it. For those who don't know. So when I look at the salmon, I can see like this white is starting to come up, and I can do this with the fish and see how it flakes so easily. That's how I know it's done. I am the person who serves the fish and likes to take the skin off the bottom for each person who's eating at my house. I just personally do not like fish skin, so I typically do that, and then we'll show you how we plate it. Lay that down right on top, like so. We'll grab another little spoon. And I will place some of the cute oranges around her fish. And with each bite, she will have just a little burst of deliciousness that happens. I hope you guys try this, and I hope that you enjoy it. I would appreciate it if you give me some feedback on what you think, because I happen to love this dish, and it's something that I serve my family regularly because I know it's heart healthy. I want to keep my husband around for a long time. I want my children to develop spectacular dietary habits, and that's not to say that they don't eat junk food. They do, but they eat healthy food and they keep moving. So from Wendy Jackson to all of you, I hope that you will give this a try, and we will pick up the video with our special guest consuming it. See ya.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Shamika Bacon, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, president of Beta Gamma Omega chapter. And for the month of February, we will be raising awareness for heart disease. We will be bringing you special tips so that you can improve and maintain a healthier lifestyle. Tonight, I have the privilege of tasting a meal prepared by Dr. Wendy Jackson. So let's dig in. This looks absolutely amazing, Wendy. Looks amazing, tastes amazing, and it's healthy. Thank you so much, Wendy. 5 stars. Have a great day, everyone, and stay tuned for more tips for a healthy heart.